Hello, good morning, everyone. Today we're building a little thing. Technically, it's not even the morning anymore. That was 12 minutes ago, but I'm in the morning in spirits. My intros never make sense. I really should improve that. But either way, today we're building little Billiard Black's house. He's not little, he's a criminal mastermind and evil. You can see him standing in the house in the dark right now. He's horrifying. But either way, this is fuck, there's the again. I haven't recorded a speed build in a while and I start umming all over the place. But this is Billiard Black's house. And now if you haven't watched the Reapers Awards playthrough stupid thing I've been doing, it's Billiard. Billiard, he's a guy. He is a guy. He's a confusing guy, to be quite frank. And more than that, I can't. It's hard to explain Billiard Black. He's a country sim. He's in love with the Grim Reaper. He wants to make ambrosia. Nobody knows why. He looks like he will make drugs in his backyard. Yet he is a detective, and he's also oddly rich for a starter sim. He's a confusing fellow, but either way, I landed in this situation because I wanted to make a sim for my to play Reaper's Rewards with, a specific sim, and for some reason my mind didn't go to like, oh, I'll make a goth sim, and that'll fit the theme of like Reaper, all that shit. But I just made a sim through like the story mode type thing, which I don't sometimes I do, but normally I don't. Um and then he ended up with like the worst traits, the worst aspiration, and now he's just Billiard. I I can't explain him, and I also was kind of lost on what Billiard should look like or what his name should be. And so I just kind of made him the reverse of Walter White because that was somehow like the only thing I could come up with. So I made him, his vibe is country, but like maybe like a bit of a PDF file country type sim. And his name is obviously his last name is Black because it's the opposite of white. And then I thought, shit, now I want to like have like alliteration. Is that what alliteration is? I think it is. I forgot everything after I stopped with high school. Now I don't have English class anymore. I'm gonna start falling apart. I'm gonna say y'all even more than I do now. I'm gonna start talking in the whatever the fuck that kind of accent is. Not that my accent wasn't vaguely country anyways. I don't know how that happened, to be honest. I don't even know I do know what country people sound like, but I don't know how I would replicate that. So I don't know if my accent is even remotely country, but then I say accent and then it just, I don't know. Maybe it's New York. Am I New Yorkian? I'm walking here. Okay, that does kind of sound like my accent. I don't know what my accent is, because my accent isn't remotely representative of where I live, so that it's kind of a problem. If you're a good accenty person, could you tell me what it sounds like where I'm from? Because I am so fucking confused. Am I country? Am I New York? Am I European? I don't know where I'm from. I forgot. I traveled the world and I don't know anymore. I have been to like 5 countries in my life, but that is besides the point. Poseidon with the forky guy. I had a fork today. It's by that I mean is normally I refuse to I not drink. Fuck, what is it called? Eat, yes, eat with a knife, because knives only have one purpose, and that is to stab. And I don't believe in cutting, just stabbing. So normally I don't use a knife because it makes me mad. But this time I used a fork and knife, mostly because it was necessary, because I ate an egg, which that is unusual too. I like the way I said egg. That sounds funny. But back to Billiard. So I wanted his name to have alliteration too, which just means like, Walter White, WW, yeah, win for Walter, I guess. So I wanted Billiard to have that too, but I thought like, I can't think of a name that starts with B right now, and I also am not I don't want to look it up, but then I thought of the game billiards, with the balls and the sticks, and that doesn't describe anything because that could just be hockey too. I guess billiard could have been called hockey black. That's horrible. But so his name is, but billiards black sounded sounded weird, so I named him Billiard Black. I also, this bathroom is the most fucked up bathroom I've ever done in my life. It looks horrible on purpose. And I also put 2 bathrobes, and that is because in this house I kept on my intrusive thoughts were thinking, and just every single time I was like, oh, would Billiard have X in his house? And then the answer every single time was yes. So it's like, would Billiard have an obnoxious kind of leather couch in his living room? Yes. Would Billiard have a tile that completely doesn't match the one to his floor in his kitchen? Yeah, Billiard would. Would Billiard have an entirely black bathroom? Yeah, he would. Would Billiard use all of the weird detective prison rewards he got in his bathroom? Yeah, Billiard would. Would Billiard have a pink towel in his bathroom so he could justify the pink trash can that's in his house? Yeah, Billiard would. Billiard is the problem. He is a huge fucking problem. But so just this house, it's nice, but just don't look too closely or you'll see hints of billiard just everywhere. Everywhere. I also discovered my new wallpaper. I guess I still haven't posted that build. I really gotta do that. But recently I found my new favorite wallpaper because normally all the wallpapers, they just kind of freak me out in this game because they're all just so bland, or I don't know what's wrong with them. Normal walls, if you paint them light green, they look fine. If you paint walls light green in The Sims, they look all kinds of messed up. And I don't know why. It's like, that first wallpaper with the little trim at the top. I'm pointing it out as if you can see it, but it's not true, obviously. I would hope so, otherwise I'm running right now. But, in The Sims, it just looks so messed up. But now I found another wallpaper with trim that isn't only white. And I'm, to say the least, I am very, very happy now. I'm so fucking glad. And in this house, I used tile, because obviously, in these warm climate houses, you have that often because you want tile because it's nice and cold and not like wood in case it floods. I don't know why they use tile. I think it's just because it's nice and cold on your feet when it's warm. But Billiard, he would be the type of guy to replace the tile in his house, and then not replace the wallpaper, so he still has like a little row of tile at the bottom, because that's just a Billiard type thing. But yeah, also I guess I didn't mention this before, but this is very technically, with like a bunch of wires. It's more about wires later. I think they're funny. But I forgot oh yeah, this is technically like a renovation type build. But it's more so that Billiard was living in this house, and Avire needed to have a house for Billiard that didn't look ridiculous, because it's a Basegame house. So yeah, I mean, does it still look ridiculous? Absolutely. Another angry thing that makes me angry, there is not really a gate that matches this, whatever the fuck this fence is, and that made me mad, because all of the ones that did match were all made out of wood, which, I guess makes sense. I guess you wouldn't want a stone gate, or they were excessively fancy. So now I have an excessively fancy, also I say fancy weird. Fancy? Yeah, I don't know. I guess you say it fancy? Fancy? Fancy. I don't know. Oh, this is the part where I discovered like the bunch of strawberries and plants in my inventory. So, you can watch that back and confirm I did not cheat for all those 2,200 worth of strawberries. But I completely forgot what I was saying. I'm not even gonna lie. Oh yeah, all those gates are so fancy. And Billiard's house isn't really fancy, but now there's just this random gate outside of his house. And it still doesn't click, to be honest. It really still doesn't. It was the only question that I answered no to when regarding billiards insanity, so that is a huge thing. I also, this is kind of different. The landscaping that I did in this house is kind of different to the landscaping I normally do, because normally I just do plant type landscaping, and now I'm doing cactus type landscaping. Or I guess the first type would be leaf type. Although do plants have leaves? I don't think cacti technically have leaves. It's fucking lame. But or I guess you could count the little stingers as leaves. But then I guess you could count like the little sucky things on octopi as leaves as well. You know what? I kind of like octopi. I think they're entertaining. I like looking at them. If I saw one in real life, I would flip the fuck out. But luckily, that has not happened yet. But I guess I kind of left you on a cliffhanger with that wire thing. There was a running joke in my community a couple years ago at this point that my name, it's a fire, but you could very easily make that a wire or a fire. So there is this one Breaking Bad clip where Jesse Pinkman goes, "Oh, a wire," and every single time I get activated, because it's gotten to that point where I get activated by my online name sometimes, only sometimes. So now that just freaks me out. And now lately I've been listening to a lot of Sleigh Bells, and there is this one song where they say a fire, but they say like a fire, almost it's just an in between of an F and a V. So every single time I'm like, oh, what? Who? Me? Why are you calling me that? That's not normal to do. So every single time I freak out. But I guess we're nearing the end. I'm just placing about a bunch of planter boxes, goofing around. And I'm probably just gonna hop into the game now and show you guys around a little bit. Okay, and we're in the game right now. I can introduce you to my sim. Look, this is Billiard. He's just Billiard. He's that kind of guy. And this is his new and improved house. So as you can see, this is like the little entry space. Then you enter. What did I do? Oh yeah, I moved the door. It's like all like, if you look at it close enough, it's remotely ugly. But then you realize it's Billiard, and this is just the type of person he is. However, I do think we do need a little something right there. Make it look a little bit better. Cause to be honest, I kind of forgot to do the entry. Does blue look good? No, blue looks bad. There we go. Would you look at that? I upgraded the entry space just a teeny tiny bit. I've also placed my little collectibles for the Reaper's Rewards type shit here. Here's his little living room. And his fruitcake that, oh, it's excellent quality, good job. His little kitchen, little bathroom, little bedroom, and his backyard, along with his greenhouse, which I forgot to paint the inside of, but I'll do that quickly now. It is kind of more minimally decorated than I normally would. Number one reason for that is Billiard ran out of money because he isn't as rich as I thought he would be. Um, but yeah, he has money now because I sold all those strawberries, but that's why it's a bit more minimally decorated also because I knew that this would look very, very chaotic. But, yeah, that is pretty much it. Not the best house I've done ever, but it is intentional. It is Billiard after all. So, yeah, I'll see you probably next week with Billiard. Once again, you've been seeing a lot of that guy recently. I have been too. Okay, bye now.